All right, so what's going on, fam? Good evening, good evening.
Good evening.
Hey, you got the family here. I got my hubby, Mr. George Irby, present with us this evening. On with my sister Dee Dee.
Hey y'all.
And once again, this is me, CC, representing Loosen Up and Live. So Loosen Up and Live. We want to hear Loosen Up and Live. We wanted to just come on tonight to bring up the discussion with what's going on in today's times. The first one being the George Floyd case pertaining to the Derrick Chauvin's trial and the end results of it. And I'm sure it brought a magnitude of expression, joy, emotions. Almost every person is in this country, black, white, it affected someone in some way, because everybody in this was watching that trial. Derrick Chauvin was convicted of all 3 counts presented against him, and sentencing is due soon. Pretty much, that was a long time coming, and getting justice for George Floyd. They tried to make up everything under the sun about him, about his past, his history, his drug use, his this, his that, which had nothing to do with nothing. Sadly, and not most cases it didn't. It's about what happened that day for that 9 minutes and 29 seconds.
Tragedy.
So that was definitely a victory, a start victory for once again the injustice that has plagued our culture and our people and our generation for so many years. Systemic injustice.
Yeah,
we see it becoming little by little, getting better and better in small ways. There's still a lot more to go.
Oh yeah, we still got a ways to go. We can have more people aware of things, because some people are not aware of things we go to. Some people are not aware of the things we go through. But
True.
You got to get more awareness out there.
Right, and little videos like this, and I hope that this can help and inform others, educate some who need more knowledge on what's going on, how we feel, what the past is, what we feel currently. I hope this can help one person,
Yep.
At least one. What's your thoughts on how the trial and everything went down? Was you watching, tracking the whole case?
I was watching as much as I could, especially stomach. Wasn't like it wasn't like it was pleasant. It was a constant reminder of how society views us as people. It was a trial of a man who was murdered, and they tried to act as if the murder really wasn't that bad, and he was justified, and it wasn't justified at all.
Not at all.
Slowly but surely, there's been a change, because now these cops are being prosecuted. Now they can't get away with this no more, and you can't sit here and see how many people of color are being killed by the cops. So another black person was killed. And this was a teenager.
Yes.
And although somewhat it's not exactly the same, but the catalyst is that it's a person of color being killed by a cop who happens to be Caucasian. That's the 2 things that are connected in this case. The case from the video is it's a little bit different, because in this instance, it was not somebody who was just sitting pulled over. This was somebody who they were in a fight.
It was already
it was a fight. So this is a little different, but at the same time is that
same ending,
and it could have been avoided. And I had a discussion with my wife about why they always gotta show up like ready to kill. Why can't they? And we've all seen videos of and people have been lately putting up videos of how the cops act towards Caucasian people when they pull them over. They don't have the attitude. They pull them over, and I've seen some cases where the person wouldn't get out the car, cursed at the cop, took off. They didn't shoot at the person, the Caucasian person. But if that been a black person or person of color, they ready to kill. They just ready to kill. I don't understand where the mentality comes in.
Yeah, well, I mean, and I was having a discussion with multiple people, and then it's like, cops are trained to kill, black, white, whatever. But you got the same token that you got the mass shootings going on, and they get the walk. They at least get the walk and go to jail. They at least get handcuffed and detained. But when it comes to the people of African Americans, it's unfortunately they don't have that.
This case of Ma'khia Bryant,
right?
It happened on April 20th, 2020. 15-year-old.
21.
I'm sorry, I wasn't hot at that. Yeah. April 20th, 2021. Ma'khia Bryant took place in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, yeah. No, thank you. It's okay. My better hand. What happened was that the cop got out the car and he first asked what was going on, and then all hell broke loose while he was walking up. True. And I'm not justifying anything he did. It's just that he walked up and it was one thing, and then it quickly turned. And I don't know if anybody paid attention to the black guy that was over here on the right side of the cop. He was kicking a woman in the head.
It was alleged that was the deceased woman's father, but I haven't got confirmation of that.
That's one thing we don't.
We don't know.
We don't know everything.
What the story was prior to the cop showing up. It's still so early in this case.
But the wild thing about it was that, and I just realized this also, that while he didn't do anything to the man that was kicking the woman in the head, he saw a weapon. He saw a weapon that was directly in front of him, and when you slow the video down, you see her cock back. Like she was ready to stab, like and it didn't look like it was a stab to like get away from me. It was a stab of like an attack. It was actually an attack.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take this another angle.
Right.
Like you said, if she's in the midst of about to attack someone, whether it's a neck slashing or a piercing of somebody's an organ, a lot of the people in this world amongst different forms are saying like she could have killed that girl, so he stopped her. If that was your daughter who's about to get, would you want somebody to get her down to save your daughter who's about to get stabbed?
Right. But I guess it's a shame that unfortunately go. Yes. Or pass, but
they got to do something. Something's got to get. It's just too much now. It's becoming too much. It's like
it's more of a recurring situation.
And this case still hasn't deterred the cops from realizing that, now, before they can get away with murder, basically. I mean, legitimately they can get away with murder. But now it should give them something to think about, so where they would think. But I don't think it's still registering yet. I don't know what's going on, but they still are not thinking.
Enforcing police reform.
Yeah, but to who though? Because it's certain people that they need this. This is not for every cop. This is for those cops that keep killing black people or have the attitude that when they show up to an ethnic neighborhood and I want to keep on saying people of color, because everybody's not just black. Some people are mixed or whatever that case. But when they see what appears to be a black person, to not have the different attitude as if the person was a Caucasian. It should be the same every time they pull somebody over. Now some black people, when they get pulled over, instead of even taking a charge or whatever the case may be, they want to run and they want to, and that also I think exasperates the situation. It makes, it becomes more than it should be. It's like, preferably because we can't afford to take the charge. We can, we already know when we go to court, they're gonna give us more time than the Caucasian. It's like this never-ending cycle.
The whole system is just
it
doesn't ever in our favor when we land ourselves in that predicament.
Yep,
which is why parents have to have the talk, not only with their sons now, but with their daughters. Even ourselves, we have to remind ourselves that when we're getting pulled over as adults, the proper protocol when you're being pulled over. Not even proper, but the protocol in order to get home safely. There's a protocol we all have to discuss and try to remind ourselves, even when we're panicking, try to just remain calm, keep your hands in plain sight, don't reach for anything, don't talk back, don't resist.
Yeah, that's fine. Completely, like, just ironic. It's like you're supposed to stay calm with a gun to your face. I just don't understand that. It just baffles me. I don't get it. Like, how do you stay calm with a gun to your face?
Oh, yeah, too. I got pulled over probably a month ago. It was about on the way to work. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning. I didn't have a gun in my face, but as soon as she got to my window, I just bust out crying. She's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Your lights is on. Everything is just. I'm just scared out here." So she was just like, "I'm gonna check your stuff, and then I'll send you on your way." I'm like, "I'm just scared. Like, okay, like I just want to just go."
Yeah, but what was the initial pullover for?
She said my speed limit. She said, "Look, like I was going like she wanted to make sure I wasn't sleeping." So whatever my speed limit was that morning, I couldn't recall. I don't know. I just want to get to work because that's when we get to work at time of the morning. It's dark out. I'm paranoid as it is. Got my own little stuff I'm working on, but that was an experience within itself. Long times I pulled over. I never was like shaky or crying or tearing up or anything like that. But that morning, I wasn't so much worried about getting a ticket, or I didn't think I was going to leave there. Like it was just everything from. I didn't think I was going to get shot or anything or hurt. I just was worried about the whole year just coming down in that one moment, that morning. The whole year of everything that occurred all in 2020 happened that morning. I was out there all alone on the Lansing Expressway, the dark ass Lansing Expressway.
Yeah,
trying to get to work.
Was it right before the bridge?
It was right at the last toll.
Okay.
So it was still dark, and it was just like a scary moment. I just felt scared and defenseless out there. I don't know.
That's the. They don't realize that they terrorize us when they pull us over, regardless of whatever their intentions are. They don't realize that they terrorize us because they pull us over, and then sometimes the line of questioning is like it's also like an escalation, because first of all, I don't know about you. I don't know. I know I've been pulled over by cops asking me where am I going. I don't understand what the relevancy is of that question, but they seem to like to ask that to black men, and when they ask black men that, black men get pissed off because it's like, why are you asking me where I'm going? What you know what I mean? Like if you're pulling me over for speed, let's keep it towards the speed. You know what I'm saying? Because technically speaking, if you ask me where I'm going, which way is the car pointing? I'm going that way. Where'd you come from? Where's the back of the car at? That way. I came from that way. So I don't understand the relevancy of
tell. I just came from work. I work for so and so. I'm on my way to XYZ to take care of so and so. So I want to know nothing up. Don't. You shouldn't be asking otherwise, but don't categorize me or what's what I'm looking for. Don't just because of the color of my skin. Don't profile me as if I'm going to some little trap house or I'm going to air. I'm let you know.
Well, they also
over here. Here's my paperwork. Like don't.
But there's also law.
Illegal.
They are. See, this is what a lot of people.
What you say?
I said to let them know that everything is legit and legal, and on your paperwork. Like, look,
right. I don't have a problem letting them know it's legit and legal, but they also should be okay. They're officers of the law, even though they don't really. I was just having a discussion with you earlier. They not necessarily are enforcers of the law. They're enforcers of policy, and whatever the policy is, because the job is that hard. It just really is that hard. But at the same time, is that. It's just stop killing black people, please. That's all. It's not hard. It's not hard. Just look at us. Maybe they should hypnotize them that everybody looks the same. I'm throwing stuff at the wall, make sure and see if it sticks, because we got to do something.
This is real talk.
I have to do something to deter this type of behavior.
Definitely needed. Something is needed.
Yeah. Listen. I don't have the answers, but I mean, I'll at least try. That's all I'm trying to do.
So let me ask you this question.
Me or her?
I'm gonna ask both of y'all.
Okay.
what are your go-tos to decompress from all that's going on? When you see on the news another Black person killed by a cop and all the stuff going on, what are your strategies or methods you put to use?
Ladies first.
I do multiple things. I either like listen to music or play games on my phone, or try to visit relatives or friends or something to try to decompress, or I get my tea. Sometimes that relaxes me, or and just try to vibe out, and you can't get away from it. You can't get away from it, but it's still gonna be there. But in some ways, you just try to get in your own zone.
Sorry to hear that. How about you, from man's perspective? What are some things you employ to keep yourself from?
Well, I'm a video gamer, so I game, and then it's like even though the video games I play typically have some violence in them, fighting video games, basketball. While that's not physical violence, it's still a form of aggression because of the competitive nature of it. I ride motorcycles, so that used to be my real go-to. Like, I get on my motorcycle and I'd ride for hours. That's how I met you. So riding motorcycles. So there's a really good aspect of me when I ride motorcycles. I'm part of a motorcycle club. Double R, Rough Riders, RIP DMX. A video game. Sometimes I'll sit there and talk to my kids sometimes because it's fun. Just they can make me laugh. Because especially one's voice and one how she does things, and I get tickled by it because I remember me at their age. So it tickles me. I like to do home improvement. The room you're seeing right now. This was one of the things that I did. It's I got a lot of things,
that's cool.
Yeah, I also I'm ex-military, so that aspect also is factors into the way I handle things. I think it was even before I was in the military, but it got the training of how you try to calm yourself, especially when if you're in the Army, you got bombs blowing up all around you, people getting shot next to you, and you gotta learn how to deal with that. You gotta learn how to cope. Meditation. Sometimes I'm not a heavy meditator, but I have just cut the TV off. Maybe you could put some what's the nice thing that nobody does anymore? Remember those little water fountains that you used to cut on and you hear the water trickling? Yes. And they got white noise machines also, and they also got headphones you can put on that actually they're noise canceling. They cancel all the noise around you. There are a lot of things you can do.
Yeah. All good things.
Yeah. And I think it's a little. Huh?
No, I was saying I said I'm an outdoorsy person, so I like just sitting out in the sun, just relaxing, even if it's just sitting on the porch or just letting the sun hit you and just getting that vitamin D.
Yes, yes. But you can only watch for so much news at a time. And then I turn that off. I watch it so I'm informed enough to know what's going on, and I can be a clear whole conversation, you know what I'm talking, know what's going on. But I turn it off and put on crap TV, then that gets to be a little bit too raunchy and dramatic at times. So I do like you do. I turn the music, family. I try to.
Don't forget working out too. You like to work out.
Sometimes I fall off of that. Sometimes you fall off. Sometimes things can overwhelm you so much. You fall off of things that you should be doing. You get to doing the bad stuff, bad eating, the bad TV, stuff that ain't conducive to what you need for your own personal growth. But we all human, so. Yeah, can't fault yourself. Can't beat yourself up for it. Just do your best and keep on moving.
Yeah, ask the producer. Does he want to chime in?
He falling asleep.
Yeah, we've been on here a minute. So let's wrap this up. Thank you all. Thank you both for.
Was that long? Wow. Okay. That was fast.
thank you both for being on this live with me tonight. Giving your feedback, your opinions. I very greatly value. Hopefully, again, this helps others after watching this. If others want to express their comments to this video, please do so. We would love to.
Positively, please. Positive. We don't need no drama. We got enough drama in this life. We don't need no drama. Just nothing but positive vibes, and please try not to get offended by every little thing. Because if you pick apart things people do, and try to find a negative, no, try to find positivity in everything. Yeah, I mean, we're all related. So at the end of the day, we're all about positivity. We don't like negativity. I know this about the people I'm talking to right now. I know nobody likes to dwell on negative. Nobody wants.
Yep. So on that note of positivity, this is me, your girl Cece again from Loose Up and Live, in the house with DD. And George here. Again, wants to Loose Up and Live, where we encourage you to speak up, reach out, do what you can to help yourself and others to loosen up and live. Thank you.
Like, subscribe that button at the bottom.
Yeah. Yes, and like this video.
Like and subscribe. Thank you very much.
Jesus. Hit that bell.